bills can be a pain month after month, but they don't always have to be. It can be hard to get ahead on bills for everyone, but it isn't impossible at all. There are many ways you can get ahead by a whole month on bills. You must be wondering, how can an ordinary person with an ordinary salary get ahead by a month on my bills? To answer simply, by budgeting bit by bit. For this though, you have to remember that an organized and orderly schedule is needed. This will allow you to not only keep track of your spending, but help you see where to lower it. As long as you follow the steps in this video, you can say goodbye to living from paycheck to paycheck every single month and have a little extra to save. Step 1. Listing your bills. Firstly, you must list all your bills. It's important to know what bills you have to pay before you actually pay them. This will help you to not only organize your finances, but also save you a lot of panic before they're due. You don't have to follow a specific order, this is only a list. That's right. Grab a pen and list your bills and expenses right now. Step 2. Mark your calendar. Now, once you've listed your bills, take your calendar and mark when each bill is due on your calendar. This could be on your iPhone, your desk calendar, or even your laptop. Technology has just made organization so convenient. You can even list the exact time you need to pay your bills. For example, you could even mark your phone bill payment at 12 midnight on the 3rd of every month. Your bills are now listed chronologically, and you know which ones need to be paid first. You now have them sorted by priority. You also have a physical picture of your bills that are due, and you can start feeling a bit relaxed. But not too relaxed though. We still have a long way to go. Step 3. Budget. The next step is to allot your budget for the current month. Write down your salary or any other incoming amounts to your bank account and start calculating. Separate a portion of it only for your bills. Say 1/3 of your salary. You now have an amount set aside for the next month. The rest of your salary can go towards your day-to-day expenses, such as food and transport. However, since you have set aside a significant amount for next month, this could be difficult. Keep in mind the end goal though. You want to make things easier for yourself next month by being ahead. Use this as a source of motivation. But don't forget to treat yourself here and there in small ways, of course. It may seem impossible, but it's not. You're doing this for yourself. Step 4. Cut down on utilities and groceries. This sounds quite simple and seems to be common sense, but it is actually super important and often ignored. You can use the AC less in the summer. Switch the lights off during the day, monitor, and then limit your daily use of electricity and other utilities. This makes a huge difference and allows you to get ahead of your bills. This is because you end up paying less overall. More ways include opting for public transport if you can. Another way you can decrease your expenses overall is by having a weekly schedule for groceries as well. Since you won't go out eating as much, make a meal plan and try to stick to it. Instead of going to the chain supermarket, go to the local farmer's market. Explore cheaper options, they'll always be there. You just need to look. Step 5. Save. Now the hardest, but perhaps the most important step you must take in order to actually get ahead on your bills by a whole month. You must cut down on your spending in your day-to-day life. Go for the cheaper options. Think twice before dining out. Cut down on shopping about anything to minimize spending. So, what if you'll be on a tighter budget this month? At least next month, you'll be ahead and more relaxed. The key, again, is to remember that you're doing this for your future self. Just think of how peaceful it'd be to wake up without frantically trying to wonder just how you'll make ends meet this month. You can also come up with new ways to save. For example, you could start by setting aside a small amount every day. Or you could even open a separate savings account in your bank, transferring as much as you can at the end or the beginning of the month. However, you don't have to do everything all at once. Saving is a gradual process, and you can start with baby steps. Step 6. Saving schemes and investing your savings. The next step, although it's not necessary, is really useful for the long run. Increase your savings. It almost sounds impossible to do this, especially if you were struggling to collect them in the first place. However, once you start saving and have enough to invest in saving schemes, it's only a matter of time before your savings have the chance to double, triple, even quadruple. In a few places, even the government offers citizen saving schemes, but you can find many online too. However, you should be wary of scammers and make sure to verify if your money will be safe. An easy way to do this is to ask online forums such as Reddit and Facebook. Social medias can always help. Another way to increase your savings is to invest directly from your savings account. However, you have to be careful and invest wisely, and it's better to seek financial advice from someone you know. There are many experienced people who can help you, online and in real life. Banks, too, offer help based on your activities. You should definitely ask your bank first. Step 7. Start a side hustle. Another step you can take to get ahead is to look for a side hustle. Sometimes it's just not enough to have one source of income, as depressing as that may be. New opportunities for other, relatively smaller sources of income have started to appear. You just have to look for them. It may seem hard and challenging at first, and you might be a little lost too. But it is very possible and relatively simple too. You don't need an elaborate or detailed resume, you can just start. An example of this is freelancing. Although the market is huge and starting to become more demanding, you can easily find your niche. It could be content writing, coding, assisting, quite literally anything. Your options are endless. Another example is tutoring. It is pretty easy if teaching comes naturally to you. There are always tutoring jobs available. If you do have a side hustle, you can easily make more money and even set it aside for your savings. All this will allow you to get ahead on your bills, not only by 1 month, but maybe even a few. It just takes a little dedication and consistency. Step 8. Sell extra things. This step you can do if you're really desperate and can't afford to save or even put extra things aside. Sell your things as a last resort. Anything extra, old clothes, old cutlery, things around the house that you don't use, sell it. People are always there to buy, and there's so many platforms to sell your things on as well. You can try eBay, Facebook Marketplace, or anywhere else. This is another way to earn a quick buck and put it away for saving. This way you can use it for your bills too, getting ahead a whole month. However, make sure you're careful and have a verified payment method from your buyers. Make sure to be safe on the internet. Step 9. Find cheaper alternatives. The last step is quite simple and extremely effective, is to find cheaper alternatives for everyday items. Go for drugstore makeup and hair products. They work just as well as the more expensive ones. After all, the ingredients are the same. A cheap moisturizer works just as well as one from a luxury brand. You need to take a good look at the list of ingredients and make sure they're suitable for you. It may not seem like a lot in the moment, but it actually does add up to quite a sum at the end if you choose the more expensive option. Think of how much you'd be able to put away for your savings. In this way, you can easily get ahead of your bills by a month. There are many ways to get ahead on your bills. If you follow the steps in this video, you can easily get ahead by a month. Your lifestyle isn't going to be completely frugal forever. You simply need to make a few temporary changes in order to reap benefits long term. That's a wrap for this video. Do you think you'll be able to follow these steps in order to get ahead by a whole month on your bills? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.